WNBA star A'ja Wilson is finally getting her just due. The reigning 2024 WNBA MVP had a record-setting year, averaging 27 points per game. Are you kidding me? A'ja became the first player in league history to score 1,000 points in a season, and she became the first person since Cynthia Cooper, one of the greatest, to win a unanimous MVP. In women's basketball, Wilson is arguably the greatest player of all time, and it's finally about time she got treated like it. Wilson just announced that her shoe, the A1, is getting released in May of 2025. And similar to Lizzo, it's about damn time. Can you imagine a world in which Wilson didn't get a signature shoe? Currently, the WNBA has 6 signature athletes: Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, Sydney Colson, and now Wilson. But even the legends of the game have had shoes. Cheryl Swoops, Candace Parker, Rebecca Lobo, even Asia's coach at South Carolina, Dawn Staley. And peep this, because she got gifted the A1s and she was dancing on them. Like, the fact that Wilson is getting this shoe is a great and a big deal. But the bigger question with this is, with the designs like Nike, why did it take so long for them to release the shoe? Sure, the A1 spent a lot of time in development from the time when she had a Twitter post saying, "Of course I have a shoe.com," but from everything that we've seen now, these renderings have been impeccable. She has the phrase, "the best is yet to come" on the shoe, and there are several other tidbits that are also included in this shoe. She even had Issa Rae to help her release her A1s, and she even has merchandise to go along with it. Nike has dominated for so long and for so many years, it's baffling why it took them this long to release a shoe. With the single biggest women's basketball player, and this is before Caitlin Clark, they could have created a market and set a standard before her. This move by Nike, though, it paves the way for other WNBA superstars to get deals in the future. Hopefully, though, if you're Nike, we will see an influx of other WNBA players coming into the league with signature shoes. They shouldn't just have to wait for years on years to get their shoes released. To start, it was an absolute travesty from Nike and from Reebok. Both of these companies have generational talents on their hands. The fact that Caitlin Clark and/or Angel Reese didn't get a shoe their rookie year, no matter the reason, the minute that they stepped on a WNBA court was a massive misstep. Clark and Reese both have transcended the game of women's basketball, and Clark in particular might be one of the most popular athletes since LeBron James. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is a trailblazer and a superstar in her own right, and she easily should have had a shoe from day one. She's made it clear that her interests are also outside of basketball, and her growing list of endorsements would have made her signature shoe an amazing feat her rookie year. Reese has even had design developments working with her own personal shoe designer and Marvin Baroda, working on shoes that she displayed throughout her rookie year. From the Reese's Pieces shoe to the Joker shoe, even the Rose BC shoe she's wearing in Unrivaled, they all have their own signature touch because Reese put her hands on it. The market is going to open up, and it has already, for women's professional athletes in the WNBA. The number one pick in the 2025 soon-to-be draft is most likely Paige Bueckers. She signed an NIL deal with Nike, and she's wearing the GT Hustles right now. Meanwhile, Nike has another superstar in the pipeline in Juju Watkins. She's coming down in a few years, and it should be expected that when she walks onto a WNBA court for the first time, that she also too will have a shoe released. For the record, can we please make sure when Hannah Hidalgo steps into the WNBA that she too also gets her own signature shoe when she leaves Notre Dame? Please and thank you. But let's get back to A'ja, because the dominance that she displayed on the court this season has never been shown in a WNBA career. The question is, how much further will Nike take this? Pause. The reason why this matters is because Nike has the ability to really make sure that they move the needle further. The A1 has a distinct silhouette. The shoe has the ability to blend into a different variety of patterns, colorways that even males would want to wear. The shoe could do numbers depending on the designs that Nike puts behind it. The biggest question, though, is how does Nike make this shoe a huge success? The fact that Wilson got a Twitter social media campaign, that's a great start, but there's so much more work that could be done. Nike has a history of telling powerful stories for its signature athletes. For example, the Kevin Durant Ant Pearl series honors Kevin Durant's late aunt. And every single year they release a distinct pink colorway to honor those that have lost loved ones to breast cancer. Kobe Bryant, he's known for having the Bruce Lee Nike colorway on his signature shoes. Or even the fact that he had the Grinch stole Christmas. Like, these are two iconic different color silhouettes that fans have grown to really love and enjoy. We haven't even mentioned Kyrie Irving. When it comes to Nike sneakers and Kyrie Irving, or at least back in the day, they were trendsetters. They marketed his Krispy Kreme shoes with a Krispy Kreme truck, and it had Kyrie's being sold out the back of it with Krispy Kreme donuts. They had the Wheaties line released with Kyrie. They had the SpongeBob's released with Kyrie, where you got SpongeBob, Patrick, and a bunch of different colors for the shoes. They've done a lot of different and cool and creative tasks to really market and tell a story behind the shoe. For Wilson, that'll be the interesting point to see where they come up with and move forward. Asia deserves that same type of energy, if not more, being their first women's signature athlete with this much popularity and this type of marketability in a long time. If Nike can get this blueprint right, then it only sets the standards for the other WNBA superstars that are also in their line. But by far, Asia's dominance on the court is finally being recognized with her own signature shoe. Shout out to the fact that the A1 is dropping in May 2025. This is not just a historic moment for Wilson, but it's for basketball and the sneaker culture as a whole. Nike has a chance to really revitalize themselves in the market. Now, the question is, do you think that Wilson's shoe will be the biggest women's shoe in this league this year? Or does Nike need to give it even more of a marketing push? Let me know in the chat, man, what y'all thoughts are. And also, peep this video where we speak about Unrivaled. Deuces, y'all.